Hello everyone, it's Melanie here. Welcome to Monday. I hope that you have all had an amazing, restful, productive, whatever it was for you on the weekend. And for all you parents out there, I'm sending you lots of love during this time, as I know that you've come out of the school holidays and now going into homeschooling for 5 weeks. So I wish you all very well in that situation. And today I wanted to talk about, and it really actually inspired me today with a conversation that I had this morning. And it was a conversation with my coach, and this is what I love about. Hey Kim, happy Monday, Kim. Is that I love when we have conversations, right? Is that we really start to really incite change. Is that conversations is actually how we learn, how we grow. Hey Melinda, and how we actually get creative and how we kind of go, really, that's an interesting idea, I haven't tried that. So anyway, in this conversation today, and for people when they do videos or lives, like when I watch them, I kind of, in my head, I kind of look at things and I go, oh, there's maybe some things that they could improve on, right? So also with my coach, it works both ways, and he's been doing lots of videos, and there was just a couple of things that I really wanted to give feedback on. And this is what I believe is around when we take on feedback, not criticism, but feedback, is that this is how we grow and we learn. So out of today's live, I wanted to talk about is that something that has come up in conversation with many people is that now that we're all online, is that people might be finding it really overwhelming to get creative under stress, under survival, under fear, or really wanting to have more time for yourself. Is that, sometimes we then go, well, what are we going to talk about when we get on, right? So I want to talk about number one is about creativity, right? Is that what do we talk about? So what really inspires me to come on here and do live for all of you in the group is that something might just come into my mind on my morning walk. It might come into my mind of conversations that I've had. So I don't, and I suppose I'm at a stage where I just allow things to come to me, that I go, I think that'd be really something of interest that I think that my group would really benefit from. So it's coming out of your head of trying to kind of work out all of the things that you want to talk about. It could be someone you've spoke to that goes, oh, that was really good advice. Thank you so much for that. It might have been in conversation that we have with people. So again, it's being open to potentially different things that come in that you could potentially add a little bit more and really brings value to your audience. So really having some space, and then if something comes to you, you might be reading a book, you might be having a conversation, just take a note and go, that might be something that I'd quite like to create a video or a live on, that I could then communicate that to my audience. So that then, for me, if I sat down and went, right, okay, pen to paper, this is what my next 2 weeks of videos and lives are going to be, I would find that really difficult. Because then for me, and that's personally, is that if something comes to me, and which would be really good value to all of you, but I'm like, no, but in my diary, I've got, no, this is today that I'm going to do something else, then it's really, then you're not able to kind of be spontaneous, but you're also missing out on that opportunity that someone that you're speaking to needs that part of what you have to say. So really allow that creativity, allow conversations, allow things to come to you, and then you could take a note, and then it's not overthinking it and going, I'm jumping on live today and I'm going to create this video, or I'm going to sit on Zoom and I'm going to be able to start creating some videos for my audience. So whereas if we plan ahead way too much, we're too much in our heads and we end up, we won't do it. So when it comes to you, go, right, I'm going to go live. I'm going to start doing recorded videos. So today, just before I jumped on live, I've done a recorded video and put it on my business page. because it was just a couple of things that I wanted to be able to share. So number one, allow creativity to come to you. Listen to what people need and want, and then you can be able to get creative and really be able to share something of value to your audience. So that's number one. So number two I wanted to talk about is that some people then say to me is that, you know, sometimes it's like, well, where do I speak, right? So this was another conversation I had today, was some people find it a bit lost about, well, where's my audience? Where is people? Do I create a closed group? Do I speak on recorded, then put it on YouTube and then share it to groups? And where do I start to? So it becomes really confusing for people. So I wanted to have that conversation around, you know, where do you speak? So really it is about, where is your audience? Where can you actually give value to? So in that conversation today, I really spoke to that person around, you know, looking at maybe creating a Facebook group. I said, because I love having a Facebook group. I love all of you that are on here today watching on replay, is that I feel that I'm still able to get that engagement and that connection that I love to gain having that outside. And whereas if I do recorded, I always just feel like, well, I don't really know who I'm talking to. I crave that connection, and I find that the people in our group have the same as well. So really is about where to speak as well. Where's your audience? What do you connect with? I really just connect on being myself, really being authentic, really just getting on live and really just having that conversation. Whereas I find when it's recorded, I don't have that conversation. I can see people that are watching. You might pop in there with a comment, which I absolutely love. So in that conversation, you know, I said, well, why don't you create a group and really nurture that audience? So then when I do my lives, is that I do download them and then I do put them onto YouTube, and then I can from YouTube be able to put them in different groups depending on what I would like to share. So again, it is really about, where do you want to speak? It could be your own personal page. That's great. That's what works for you. It might be business page. It might be on LinkedIn. Really just where you're finding the engagement, the connection, and really be able to go with that as well. So then number three that I wanted to talk about was distractions. So today you will notice that I have changed my background. So I did a recorded video, and that's why I changed my background. So this was another conversation that I had this morning around giving some feedback on someone's video, is that the distractions that was behind him on that video was, there was quite a lot going on. There was a whiteboard, there was a lot of text, a lot of information, and I said I found it quite distracting. So really about the distractions is, and what I see is when people use different tools, different things in a background, it's really about maybe you don't feel 100% confident or comfortable about what you have to say. So by having all of these other tools and props, it means that you are using that to support you, or maybe be a crutch for you as well. And the thing that I say is that you are the main show. You are the person that you are connecting with your audience, not your PowerPoint, not a flip chart, not a whiteboard, not all of these other things. They're all great to have. However, they can actually be a distraction if they're not used in the right way. So I decided just to change up my background based on my message that I wanted to give on my pre-recorded video that I did, and then jumping on live here today, because sometimes I just jump on where my desk is, and then everybody does have a big massive show of where I live, which is fine. But I decided that I was going to practice what I preach, and I decided to use a bit of a different background just to see how that was working. So have a bit of a play around at home and have a bit of a look at different backgrounds that you might have that potentially can enhance you as well, but also just be able to allow people just to focus in you and not maybe looking at, oh, oh, what's over there? What's that person got? Oh, that looks amazing. All of these different things that can actually come into play when we are doing lives. As much as I am the person around, your message is really what's important, but I think it's something to remember that when we are at home, is that we do still want to keep that connection and not have distractions going on. So that's really my 3 steps for today of being able to get online, looking at your creativity of different things that you want to talk about. Where do you want to talk on as well, and then having a look at what kind of distractions might be going on in the background that people are more engaged with than they are about you and your message. Let me know if anybody thinks that this background's pretty cool. Let me know, that would be great. I'm always open to feedback myself. Let me know in the comments if this has been super helpful as well. Just remembering that you are the main show. Everything else that you use to support you and your message is a supporting act, okay? So make sure that you're at the forefront of being able to connect and engage with people. That's what's really, really super important. Now, I did a part 1 video last week in our group about finding your voice online. I will be coming to you on Wednesday with part number 2. Stay tuned. Part 1 we did around mindset. Part 2, we're going to really start to flesh out some of that structure and that process of gaining clarity around your message. So stay tuned for Wednesday and part 2, and have an amazing rest of your Monday, everybody, and we will catch up very, very soon. And I'll see you all again on Wednesday. See you all later. Bye.